Good morning. I'm gonna wait and see if anybody is going to come on. Y'all know I just tag people. Tag your teammates. Let your people know that I'm on here. Say hey to me. Let me know that you can see the comment, or let me know that I'm like even in, well, I guess I am in Shine Your Light, or it wouldn't be letting me tag all of you guys. Okay, so I tagged some people, and if you're thinking, oh, she did a training about this the other day. Yes, I did. However, I did not save it to the team page, and I tried to do it again later that day, and it was just a struggle. So I am doing it this morning on the way home before I put my head down and get to work. So definitely tell me good morning. Let me know if you're watching the replay. And I want to chat about something that I know a lot of people, at least here in Cincy, like some people that I talk to, have had a lot of this going on over the last couple of weeks, because we all know that there's lots of online parties happening right now because people are still like restricted with going out and stuff like that. Okay, so all of the mass inviting to Cincy parties, or to any party, to your group, to anything, it's got to stop. And I'm not talking to anybody in particular. Like, there's nobody on here that I'm saying that. But I have literally been invited to, I don't even know how many Cincy parties over the last couple of weeks. And I talk about Cincy every single day. There is never a day that my story is actually like gone. Meaning, there's always something on my social media that people can look at. And if you click on any of like my name or anything like that, you are going to see that I do Cincy, right? And so that tells me that our hosts and other people are just mass inviting. Nobody in Cincy wants to be invited to your Cincy party unless you are their sponsor. Otherwise, you should not be adding other Cincy consultants to your party. And if you have mass invited people, I am going to invite you to stop doing that and tell you that that's not how we do things around here, because it sucks. Just like what Cindy said, mass invites suck, okay? And it's rude, especially if you're like creating a group. And now Facebook has made it to where you have to click join group to actually be in it. But I used to get added to groups all the time that I didn't want to be in, and it's rude, okay? We're not doing it. So you need to be teaching your teams and be teaching your hosts that we're not just going to mass invite people. And if you are having a Facebook party, or you are creating a Facebook group, or even if you're having a like in-person event or whatever, you need to be giving your host or your team members verbiage to send out to their people. If they don't know how to come up with something on their own, you can ask if your new team members, hey, do you need help with some verbiage to send out for your launch party? That's your job as a consultant, to help them. If you are a consultant and you are throwing a Facebook party for someone, that is your job as the consultant to give them some idea of how to invite people. And you need to be coaching your host not to go and mass invite people, because it's rude, because nobody pays attention to it, and because, let's be honest, most of us get overwhelmed with notifications And honestly, I think sometimes Facebook just shows you the notifications that they want to show you. Because last week, my friend was having a gender reveal, and she'd already like text me the date, like as soon as she scheduled it, because my people know, like, if you don't give me a date and tell me to write it down and put it in my calendar, I'm probably going to have something planned if it's on the weekend. And so I already had it in my calendar and knew it was going on. She had created a Facebook event. And I never clicked going, maybe, no, nothing, because I didn't see it, because I'm overwhelmed with notifications. And Brittany said that she always has her people post on their wall and then invite people to the party. I never asked them to mass invite. Absolutely. And I know for me, when I get invited to a party and they didn't send me a personal invite or say something about I'm having a party and they just invite me, I'm literally not responding. And I'm not going to click that I'm joining the group, and I'm not going to participate in it, because it's just not what we do. In network marketing, indirect sales, we are in the business of building relationships with people. And if you can't send out an invite to tell me that you're having a Usborne book party, I'm going to have a really hard time wanting to support that, because even when I'm throwing a Facebook party, sometimes it's hard for me to go and find the Facebook group that I created, because I'm just in so many groups and I don't have time to go and delete myself from all these groups I was added to forever ago. So please use your manners and invite people. Okay, that doesn't mean you just have to Facebook message them. You could text them, you could email them, you can do whatever, but you have to be personal. So Brittany says, I find to get them to post on their personal page that they're having the party, I feel like it engages more between the hostess and their people. Absolutely. You can give your host a picture or something. Guys, some people are saying that their Facebook parties or whatever aren't doing well, but you're expecting your host to do all the work. No, you can't expect your host to do all the work. If your host can do all the work and have a successful party, guess what? They need to be on your freaking team. Your job as the consultant is to do the work. Your hostess is just the middleman, because your hostess has relationships with all of those people that you don't know. Because let's be honest, people are going to support people that they know, like, and trust. They don't know, like, and trust you if they've never met you before. But if your host does, then they're going to be more likely to engage and buy and do all of the things, because your host has a relationship with you. So remember that. And there was something else I was going to say. Now, I know normally we talk about, like, you don't mass text or mass message people, like the same thing. Well, that's a little, or like a cold message, that's a little different when it comes to, like, inviting people to a party. And it doesn't need to be, like, super long, because let's be honest, people, if they see something pop up, most of us have notifications on their phone to where you can, like, start to see what it says, right? If I see something come through and it's, like, super long, like, that just automatically overwhelms me. Not everybody is like that, but for me, short, sweet, simple, to the point. And I usually try to come up with some type of verbiage that has a question at the end, so it's super simple. Like, can I add you to the party? What do you use to fragrance your home? Would you like to see what my consultant has to offer for freebies or whatever? Because your friend is the one posting that, or your hostess is the one posting it. So please, please, please make sure that you are teaching your people that it's rude to just mass invite and not message people. Please do not let your host mass message people, mass invite people, because nobody has time to go through or to see all of that. And if your hostess isn't sending messages or like actually engaging, letting her people know that she like wants their support, chances are a lot of times that party's going to be a flop. And so I want you to ask yourself, if some of your parties are a flop, if your hostess isn't involved, that's part of the problem. I mean, you can't make people buy, but if your hostess isn't commenting on anything, if your hostess isn't willing to send out information, if your hostess isn't engaged, then you definitely need to realize that it cannot all fall on you. And there are so many different mock Facebook parties out there for Scentsy. I would highly suggest you adding yourself to one, looking at what they do, make it you. I know in the one that I've shared a bunch of times by Patricia Morrow that she has even included what she sends to her host. And here's a pro tip, guys. Pro tip. Don't recreate the wheel. Come up with something that you like, that sounds like you. Save it to the notes in your phone or to your computer or to your iPad or wherever. And so then every single time you're having a Facebook party, you have your wording already ready. That's what I do. I use an app called Google Keep. Google Keep. It's like a little yellow icon. I have that in my phone, and I save hashtags that I use over and over. I save, like if I see a post that I want to use, but I'm not going to use it right away because we know copy and pasting on social media just doesn't get you, that's not authentic. I'll put it in there and save it for a later date. Same thing with Google Keep. You can actually organize your notes in there based on certain things. So you can like market Facebook party, or you can market hostess coaching, right? And so then anytime you need to send something to a host, it's saved right there to your phone. Okay? Google Keep also, like, it's on my Google account, so anything I put in my phone, it will show up in my Google Keep on my computer. Okay? Yes, so Brittany Austin says Post My Party is another app that's wonderful for saving posts and everything. You can schedule dates and times for posting. Yes, absolutely. I use Vizly, Vizzlie. I like it okay. The one thing I'm going to say about Vizly is it doesn't have an app, so I can only like schedule my posts through there when I'm on my computer. I guess I could go through like my Safari or whatever on my phone, but it's just not mobile friendly. I use that. You can save templates. So in Vizly, I create a Facebook template once. I only have to create it once for the like season. And then I just go and update it for like the warmer of the month, and I update it for like the harvest or holiday collection. And so then when I go to do a Facebook party, I just have to upload that template, and then I can click the times and stuff. I'm sure Post My Party is very similar. I know that there is another one called Cinch Share, CINCHSHARE. I know that one has an app too. You guys will just have to play around with it, see what works for you. I like doing it that way. I'll pay for the service because that's going to save me a whole lot of time, because I created the template and it's super easy to just post over. I don't have to spend all the time in the world creating all of these posts in the same exact order every single time I do a Facebook party, if that makes sense. So I like the fact that I can save a template. I'm not sure if those other ones are like that too. But I love y'all. Have a great Thursday. I want you guys to rock out the rest of the week. And yeah, I hope this was helpful.